Warren, Michigan, April 29, 2025. A familiar scene was unfolding. Former President Donald J. Trump was back. He was holding court at a rally marking his first 100 days back in the White House. The energy was electric. Supporters, many clad in Make America Great Again gear, packed into the Sports and Expo Center. They were there to celebrate, to cheer, and to hear their champion speak. Trump, in his element, fed off the crowd's energy. He paced the stage, microphone in hand, firing off one-liners and grievances. The crowd roared its approval. They cheered every taunt, every boast, every promise. It was like stepping back in time to the heady days of the 2016 campaign. The rally had the feel of a homecoming. Trump seemed energized by the familiar adoration. He reminisced about his 2016 victory in Michigan. He reminded the crowd of his promises, and he vowed to deliver on them in his second term. This time he assured them nothing would stand in his way. Trump didn't hold back on his predecessor, President Joe Biden. He mocked Biden's age and mental acuity. He resurrected his favorite nicknames for Biden, Sleepy Joe, and Crooked Joe. The crowd ate it up, chanting along with every insult. Trump accused Biden of destroying America. He blamed Biden for the rising inflation. He blamed Biden for the crisis at the southern border. He blamed Biden for everything. The crowd lapped it up, their anger and frustration palpable. It wasn't just Biden in Trump's crosshairs. He also took aim at the radical left judges who he claimed were undermining America. He railed against the deep state that he said was out to get him. And he saved some of his most pointed attacks for the media, whom he called the enemy of the people. Between the attacks and boasts, Trump touched on policy. He touted his administration's accomplishments, real and imagined. He pledged to bring back jobs to America. He promised to crack down on illegal immigration. He vowed to restore law and order. One of the biggest cheers of the night came when Trump talked about tariffs. He defended his decision to impose tariffs on goods from China. He claimed that the tariffs were necessary to protect American jobs, and he promised to keep the pressure on China until they played fair. The crowd erupted when a large screen behind Trump began to play a video. It showed what appeared to be Venezuelan immigrants being deported. They were shackled and dressed in orange jumpsuits. The video was grainy and the audio was unclear, but the message was unmistakable. Trump was tough on immigration. As always with Trump, separating fact from fiction was a challenge. He made a number of claims that were demonstrably false. He claimed that the border was under control. He boasted that the economy was booming. He insisted that he was the most popular president in history. Fact-checkers were quick to point out the flaws in Trump's claims. They noted that illegal border crossings were at record highs. They pointed out that inflation was still a major problem. And they reminded everyone that Trump's approval ratings had never reached the stratospheric levels he claimed. But for the crowd in Warren, Michigan, none of that seemed to matter. They came to see Trump. They came to hear him rail against his enemies. They came to be entertained. And on that score, at least, Trump did not disappoint.